Hello, my 702s. I hope you guys are doing well, and I really hope this thing's recording. But we are going to go through this lesson real quick. So a lot of this stuff is going to be review for you all. And as usual, I am going to try and take some of what we are going to learn in earth science and apply it to some scenarios that you may run into in everyday life. So please listen up while we start on this lesson on this. Oh, first off, yeah, just put your phone away, because otherwise, you know E.T. phone home, okay? Right now, I don't know how many of you have seen this movie, but E.T.'s always trying to phone home. Yeah, you don't need to phone home right now, so put your phone away and just watch this, okay? All right, that is the learning standard that we are going to cover today. That is in there for any admin who is interested. So here's a question for you all. What is this? I am necessary for life. I can take life. I'm strong enough to form land features. I can transform between various states of matter. I cause a significant amount of human deaths. I am made of two elements, one of which was here at the start of the universe. Think of the Big Bang Theory that we talked about. I can ruin your electronics with ease. I've seen this happen many times in room 919. I can smell funny, bad, or somewhat not at all. Some humans sleep to my sound. You will interact with me today. What am I? You probably know what it is, but anyway, I am water. Water does all those things and a lot more. Okay, so today we're going to talk about dihydrogen monoxide, aka water. Move myself over here for a minute. What are the two ways in which water can kill you in the desert? What do you guys think? What are the two ways in which water can kill you in the desert? We live in the Mojave Desert. How can water kill you in the desert? Specifically, two ways. There may be more than one way, but only two ways I can think of. What do you think? Okay, the first one is that you can get dehydrated and die. In other words, you can be deprived of it, or you could possibly drown in it, okay? So we're going to watch a couple of videos. I want you guys to make sure that you never, ever, ever do the thing in the next following video, okay? Don't ever do this, all right? I have to warn you, there is a couple of words in here because this person starts freaking out, obviously, based on what they've seen, but it's nothing you don't hear every day in school. So if you think that language may bother you, then you can mute this video for the moment. Okay,
the old barrels are taking off down the road. We don't see a car floating down them.
Yeah, like that.
So what I want you guys to pay attention to is this minivan that is stuck in this flash flood, and I want you to watch this guy in the yellow right here, okay?
Yeah, there is one coming down, ain't there?
Yeah, there's a car coming. That guy just got swept up in the water. Holy shit.
Okay, so yes, there was a bad word in that video. You'll get over it. Anyway, so, yeah, this van, to the best of my knowledge, everybody in this incident lived. The guy that tried to jump into the water to help the people in the van ended up, I think, breaking both of his arms. He's lucky he lived. He's lucky that van did not crush him when it fell over this right here. But anyway, in that scenario, while I appreciate the guy's efforts, just don't ever do that, okay? Now we're going to watch one more video. This is from here in the Las Vegas area.
They gotta get out, man. They're gonna get swept away. Get those people out. Get out!
Okay, so what can we learn from that one? Well, I would assume if you look at this car the way it is, you see all these cars up here on the bank. This car thought that it would be clever and try to drive through this. Obviously, it didn't make it. It gets caught up here in the current. This car also, you will notice its nose is pointed into the water, so it was also trying to make it across here from this area up here. And they both got caught in there, and you can see what happens. This car gets brought down and probably slammed into the other one. These people are lucky that they got out of their car and made it there. So, again, don't ever do that. All right. Now, what happened there and what should you do to avoid this scenario? Well, we kind of went over what happened there, but there is the possibility that at some point you will end up in a flash flood and be caught in your car. So again, this is where I try to apply this to a real life scenario. So I want you guys to at least have in your mind what you can do to survive if you get caught in your car in a flash flood scenario, because yes, we do get a lot of flash floods here in Las Vegas. So in my view, this is very practical knowledge for you all to have.
Live on GMA, as millions across the country face a flash flooding threat, we're showing you what to do if you're caught in one. Matt Gutman is in Maryland with a live demonstration. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Robin. You know, so often we report about people being hurt or drowning in flash floods or major storms, and our experts tell us that many of these incidents are survivable. And so over the next few minutes, I'm going to teach folks some very basic tips about how to get out of a situation like this alive. Now, one of the major things you need to know is you can see those pumps right now in front of us dumping 200,000 gallons of water a minute into this dry riverbed, and we are trying to simulate a real flash flood. And the reason it's so important to do this live is to show people at home that this can be done in real time. Now, we have taken major safety precautions here at Adventure Sports Center International. We have a team of rescuers standing by from Rescue 3 International. You may be able to tell that we chained the front of a car to this concrete, and I'm wearing a life preserver as well underneath this shirt. Now, you can tell at this point we've got 3 pumps going, that the water is going pretty swiftly. 6 inches of water can knock a person off their feet. A foot of water to sweep your car away. I'm going to get in it right now before it gets too late. You don't want to do this at home. A lot of people get into the situation. They don't have to. And we're going to show you the worst that can happen in this video that you're about to see, and also some basic safety tips. And you're going to be able to see exactly what is happening in this car, the water welling up in this live box in the corner of your screen.
Okay, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here, and we're going to go to what you need to do if you get caught in this scenario, which I hope none of you ever do. But like a lot of other scenarios we've studied, I'd rather you know what you need to do to survive and not run into it versus you running into it and not knowing what you need to do. So pay attention here. He's going to go over what you do if you get caught in this scenario.
You heard that turnaround, don't drown. Too often people realize that they're getting inside a submerged road. They don't see how deep the water is. All right, so the key here is getting out quickly. One thing you don't want to do not call 911. Do not get on your phone. What you do want to do is do that later. First thing, take your seatbelt off. Next thing, roll down the window. Now, a car battery should live for about, I don't know, a minute or two during that situation. If you do need to break it and your window's not going down, you can even use a headrest, smash it, always hit the corner of your window. Okay, next thing, seatbelt. You want to roll down the window as quickly as you can. Now you want to use anything you can to climb up to get on top of this roof. You can use the steering wheel, the visor, even the seatbelt. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to put my feet on the seat. I'm going to climb out onto this roof. All right. Now you're going to want to ride this roof. If you do still have your phone on you, now is the time to call 911. It's a lot easier for rescuers to see you up top this beat-up blue car than it is to see you in the water. Okay, this car is going to be careening down this river. It's probably going to smash up at some point against a tree or an obstacle, and there may be a point at which you feel you need to get off. You don't want to be in it or on top of it when it smashes against something. So what we're going to do is what's called defensive swimming. At some point I'm going to jump in the water and try to swim to a calmer looking part of the water or an eddy, and that's where I'm going to try to get on shore and get out of this water. So defensive swimming, you're like a bug on their back. You're going to keep your feet up in the air, and you're going to use your legs as bumpers, basically fending off any obstacles in your way. And when you do see that shallow spot, that part where you think you want to get out of the water, that's when you swim like hell. Now, I may lose you. You may not be able to hear me, but I'll talk to you on the other side. Here we go. Also, try to belly flop in.
Okay, be careful, Matt. Be careful. Now, Matt's in the water, as you see now, and we have his rescue crew standing by.
Okay, so key thing, takeaway there. First, take your seatbelt off. That way you don't get stuck in the car. Do not try to call 911 right away. First, you want to get out of the car. If you can't get the window down, most cars now have electric windows. You can use the headrest on your seat to break the window, okay? Just pull it out, use the metal prongs on the bottom, break the window. You want to hit the window in the corner. Once you climb out on the roof of the car, that is when you want to call 911. And if you need to sit there for a while, you'll need to sit in the help position. I will go over that here in a second. But next thing, if the car is stable, if it's not moving, you can just rest safely on the top of the car. But if the car starts moving and you need to jump off of the car, you jump into the water. And then what you want to do is you want to keep your legs out in front of you, and you want to keep your arms up. You're going to keep your legs out in front of you to keep yourself from running into any rocks or any debris, okay? Hopefully you can use your legs to spring off of them. You want your legs facing downstream and your arms up here. You're going to be trying to keep yourself above the water, and you want to try and protect your head and your body, okay? So next thing, what is the help position? The heat escape lessening position, okay? This is something you can actually use in class when you get cold. As you can see, the heat escape lessening position, it is this position over on the right, is where you have your legs folded up in front of you like this and your arms like this. It's keeping your body scrunched together. It keeps more heat within your body because you know your internal organs are here. That is what you need for your essential survival. But by keeping your legs and your arms up close like this, it is keeping more heat within your body. So that is the help or heat escape lessening position. So if you get stuck sitting on the roof of your car, or once you get out of the water and you are stuck sitting on the shore, if you are afraid you're going to get hypothermia, in other words, basically you're cold, sit in the heat escape lessening position. It will really help you retain a good amount of body heat, okay? All right, so now that we've seen how water can 86 you in the desert, besides it not being available or during the flash flood, we're going to move on to some basic properties of water that you need to know. All right, so first let's learn what happens when water is heated up or when it is cooled. Okay, we're going to go over a little minor bit of chemistry here. I'm going to use a video demonstration to hopefully make this a little more clear, okay? What I want you guys to think about here is heat energy being added to water, okay? Not even per se, don't think of it as heat, just energy, okay? Energy, heat is energy, basically. So what happens when energy is added to water? Basically to any molecules, but specifically we're talking about water, okay? So you are going to wonder why in the world I am playing this video for you, but trust me, it'll make sense here in a minute, okay? So remember, you have 3 states of matter with water. You have a solid, liquid, and gas, okay? So we're going to watch this video real quick. I want you to think of every person in this video as a water molecule, okay? And what is happening as heat energy is added to all of these water molecules, okay? Okay, So I know you're wondering why I'm playing mosh pit videos for you in the middle of geoscience class, but trust me, it makes sense here in a second. So basically what happens is think of each person as a water molecule. Well, as you add, if you have no energy in there basically, or low energy, it's a solid. The water molecules do not move. So think of all of these people on the back here as a solid because they're not moving. They have no energy going on, right? As you add a little more energy, as you can see up here, it starts to move around a little bit, okay? That is why liquid water will flow, okay? So think of the people that are kind of on the edge, you know, somebody in the mosh pit runs into them, they kind of move them a little bit. They are moving, but they're not moving a lot, okay? Then think of all these people, which was me at Lollapalooza in 1993, smashing into each other in the middle like crazy, all right? All those people. That is the gas molecules. They have a lot of energy in them. Once all that heat energy is added into the water molecules, it becomes steam and it moves around like crazy, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. That, in my view, is the best analogy for a solid, liquid, and gas and how heat energy separates them, okay? So, again, all right, who in this video were the gas or steam molecules? Remember, water as a gas is steam. Well, that is all the people in here. They have a lot of energy going on. They're moving around a lot. That is your gas molecules or steam. Who are the liquid or room temperature water molecules like regular water? That is just people around the edge of the mosh pit here. They're not completely still, but they are moving a little bit, but they're not moving. They don't have all the energy as the people in the middle of the mosh pit. Who are your solids? That's your people all the way in the back here. They have no energy going on. They're just standing there still, okay? So solid, liquid, gas. The more energy you have, the more the water molecules move. That is the difference between ice, room temperature water, and a gas. The ice has basically no thermal energy in it. As you add a little more heat energy, you get liquid water. And then when you have a ton of thermal energy in there, you end up with all the water molecules vibrating like crazy, moving around, and that is when you up with the gas or steam, okay? All right, so one last thing. We're going to go over here real quick. What is the pH scale? pH scale is basically, just think, all I need you to know for this is that water is completely neutral, okay? It is the universal solvent. Make sure you know that. So water has a pH of 7. It is completely neutral. Everything 6 or below is acidic. Those are your acids. Everything 8 or above is basic, or your bases. Water is the universal solvent. It is completely neutral with a pH of 7. And water is also a polar molecule. Again, this is a little more chemistry. What you're going to get into if you take chemistry, some of you have already taken it, is a polar molecule. This is why you have a curved edge when you have, say, drops of water on a desk or something like that, is because all of your water molecules are attracted to each other due to the polarity, okay? Because oxygen is highly electronegative, and then you have your little hydrogen atoms on there, okay? So just remember that water is a polar molecule, and that is what gives a water molecule its bent shape, okay? That's pretty much all you really need to know for this class. So some vocab. You guys are going to do this in one of your quizzes today. Just as you go through that quiz, just look up what these words are, what they mean, and just match them to the correct terms. What you guys need to do for today, this looks like a lot. It's really not that much. In fact, you'll complete all of this in less time than it took you to watch this video. But if you watch this video, then you'll have most of the answers anyway. So go to the modules. It looks like there's 3. There's really only this one right here. You can actually just skip the first 2. It's just giving you the learning standard that we're going through. There's just a short video in here and a little 5-question quiz that's real easy. So just do this one right here. Next, you are going to go to the quizzes and complete the following 2 quizzes. Water and its dangers intro quiz, and then the water vocabulary quiz. And that is the vocabulary words that I just gave you. So that is your assignment for the day. If you guys have any questions, you know I will be walking around and I will help you wherever I can. All right. So thank you very much. I hope you all are doing well, and let me know if you have any questions. Okay. All right. Thanks. Have a good day.